Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here. This feels really up close and personal sitting on the same side of the table as you. As the Secretary of Interior, you manage a lot of the land in my state. Utah's a majority public land, and you manage more land than any other entity in the state.
And you may have more big national parks in your district than anybody I've met, too.
I think I do, and we're proud of them. But you and I don't have any choice but to work together. I know you know our governor really well. I know you know these issues, but everything I'm going to ask you today is going to come down to some version of the same question. Will you work with us to make sure that the way the Department of Interior manages the resources in Utah is good for Utahns? A lot of times we get drowned out in big national conversations about what happens to the resources in our state. So please work with us on managing resources in Utah. So, water. Utah uses less water per capita today than it did 20 years ago, even while we've been one of the fastest growing states in the country for that entire time. Are you confident the department's budget will continue to help states like Utah lead out on conservation?
Well, first thing I do want to say is, yes, you've got a commitment because part of our job and our mission at Interior relates to the lands. And so then states like Nevada, states like Idaho, states like Utah, Alaska that have got such a high proportion. I mean, part of what everybody on my team knows is we've got to be working more closely with these states. I mean, that's just essential for us to do it because part of the way that we're going to navigate through not only the protecting and preserving these, great resources, but also to make sure that we're not doing both overreach or overlap, because that's part of where the cost comes in, is when we're doing something that at U.S. Fish and Wildlife that Utah's Fish and Wildlife is already doing. Yeah. If we're doing, go down the line, but as a governor, everything that I've got, the governor of all these states also has. And I know that because I was on the other side of the overreach for 8 years. And so that overreach and then the overlap is sometimes we've got two agencies coming at Utah. I mean, we might have BLM, Forest Service, coming at the same rancher sometimes, with two different sets of rules. That's this overlap. So when we take a look at overlap and overreach, there's big opportunities for efficiencies and better results for states and for citizens and landowners and recreators and hunters and fishermen. So yeah, it is central to what we're trying to accomplish is what you just asked for. So we're completely aligned on that.
Thank you. That is really good to hear. Continuing on water.
Can I say one thing on water, though? First of all, the fact that Utah uses less water and has had the incredible population growth that you've had is remarkable. And I think when we're heading into this really important discussion, I'm sure this committee knows better than anybody on Capitol Hill that 2026 is the year that all of the compacts have got to be finished by on the Colorado River. So I got 14 senators and lots of representatives and 7 governors, calling me since the day I got in office. I mean, this is a big, big issue. And certainly as we look at that, I mean, one of the inspirational models is that a place like Utah can have big population growth and actually use less water. I mean, that's the hope for all of us with the water challenges we have in the West. So way to go, Utah, in terms of innovation on conservation of water.
Thank you. We're really proud of that, so I appreciate you recognizing it. And one of the things that's happened as we've been doing that is state and local leaders in Utah have implemented a comprehensive water conservation plan and invested serious money and dedicated staff and resources to addressing the challenges of rapid population growth. And when we've worked with the federal government, the funding for water conservation disproportionately goes to other states. And so will you work with us to prioritize funding for shovel-ready projects in Utah where we are growing and we're implementing a comprehensive plan? We're doing all the things that you would want us to be doing as a state.
Yes, and I, of course, have to look at I can't commit to projects just like I can't commit to bills I haven't read, but it's exciting that there's more good stuff on deck. And of course, I'm very excited that Andrea Travnik, who has worked in Interior prior and who is has a PhD that she earned in part while working at inside of a national park, and is also we recruited her back to North Dakota, and we created a new position for her statewide. She was the director of water resources statewide, managing billions of dollars of projects. Great experience with all the international challenges we've got with Canada. Red River flows north. The Souris River comes out of Canada, goes back into Canada, and then the Missouri River is different than the Colorado, but it's we're familiar with those upstream, downstream things. She was at the center of all that the last 4 years, and now she is going through the Senate process to be the head of water and science, and so she's going to be a key partner in driving this. I mean, we've got really one of the most qualified people to help lead this discussion, somebody from the West who understands both the upstream and the downstream concerns, and she's going to do a fantastic job on helping to mediate through the 7 states to get us to a good spot.
Good. As a fellow Westerner and as a fellow water nerd, I look forward to working with her.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure you get you two connected. She would appreciate that title.
All right. My local elected officials are always concerned with federal land management because of the high percentage of federal land we have in the state, second only to Mr. Amadei's state. My counties and cities have to work with federal agencies to maintain roads, fight fires, write long-term plans, plan power ingress and egress to their cities. What is your plan as the secretary to strengthen those partnerships with the local elected officials who represent the people who live just completely interconnected with public land?
Well, I think we have to build. We've got, as I said, local offices for all these different bureaus within. And part of what we're trying to do is bring a focus back to making sure we've got the state relationships there. And then obviously, as Representative Amadei has already seen, I mean, we're not shy about calling up a governor and saying, hey, get all your people in a room and we're coming out and we want to listen to everybody. And as we did, I mean, we had a great roundtable. I think it was close to 90 minutes of hearing from all the people that from across the state of Nevada, and so I expect you'll see more of us doing more of that. But for me, the governors is also a key place to start. I had an opportunity to be vice chair and chair of Western Governors. That's a bipartisan group. It is, I think, the most effective bipartisan group in the country. And what binds all the Western governors together are the issues that this committee talks about. It's water, it's tribes, it's infrastructure, it's growth, it's the interaction with federal lands. And so there wasn't a meeting I went to with the Western governors, and there wasn't anything that the staff of Western governors worked on that isn't almost identical to this, because we had wildfire on our agenda every year for the 8 years that I was part of that organization. We had water on our agenda every year for, all the 8 years. And so these working across multi-state key. And I think for us, because I've got existing relationships with all the governors, that's one of the places we're going to start. And you have great leadership in Utah. I think Spencer Cox is one of the best.
I do think your relationships with the governors are going to be invaluable in this job. I'm excited to have you.
And not that Greg Gianforte and Brad Little and Sheriff Joe, I mean, they're all great out there in the West. I don't want to pick favorites. We love all of our children out there, but we're fortunate to have good, strong leaders across the West.
Sure. None of us have favorites, but I'm glad our governor's your favorite. And the state and the counties in Utah have invested a lot of time and money into writing comprehensive resource management plans so that we can be good partners between the federal government, state and local governments. And I just hope that your departments will prioritize working with them and treat it as an actual partnership and not a box-checking exercise. And it sounds like you're already prepared to do that.
Well, we have to, and I think one of the things that, for having been on the receiving end of some of those RMPs at the state level, is that that didn't happen. I mean, there was, and even as recently as me taking this job when I first got in, I mean, I heard from multiple Western governors that said in the tail end of the last administration, they were basically in a thing, quick sign this RMP before you leave office, and and then you read the fine print. But if they will give you concessions if you sign it, but then if they signed it, then they would have not been allowed to challenge it through any process going forward. I'm like, what's that all about? I mean, it's like, either we agree or we don't agree. It's not like let's do coercion at the end of a term to try to get states to sign on, and 2 states signed on and about 6 or 8 didn't on, one of those RMPs. But that's not the way you do this. You got to have the local input. You got to have support, and in many cases, the management should be happening at a local level. I mean, it's this thing that, you want to save money in Interior, then delegate some of this power to these great state agencies that are already out there that have all the relationships. We don't need to be doing the same thing the states are doing.
This is music to my ears. Thank you.
And by the way, we have the head of Fish and Game in Wyoming, Brian Nesbitt, is coming on board. He's making his way through the process. So again, part of my commitment to implement this is getting people from Western states to actually serve as the heads of these bureaus inside of Interior, because they like me, were on the receiving end of some of this stuff, and they're going to know exactly how to identify the overlap and the overreach and help us streamline.
I feel like I'm probably abusing my time at this point, so I'll hurry through 2 questions. Lease sales. The last administration blatantly ignored mandates to do lease sales. Will you work with us on making sure we're producing energy?
Yes. Blatantly ignored is actually is more polite than it needs to be. They were blatantly breaking the law. North Dakota was one of the states that sued the federal government, and we won because it was the first administration since Harry Truman that didn't hold the legally required lease sales every quarter. They held up 735 lease sales. All of that is revenue to the American people that was being held up. Some of that started, and 4 years later, some of it was still in court. We're still battling over that. But no, we will follow the law. We're going to hold lease sales, and we'll do it as required.
Thank you. Last thing, wild horses. It's a regional problem. It's one that Utah has been leading out on for a long time. It's one that this committee's worked really well together on. I'm sad that Ms. McCollum's gone, because I'm going to give her a shout out for being really good about working with us on wild horses, but the problem just keeps growing and growing. Will you work with us on finding long-term solutions to this problem that just never seems to get solved and never seems to go away? I don't need a solution right now. I'm just asking for a commitment to keep working on this moving forward.
Yes, you can have that guarantee, because unconstrained wild horses and burros are causing more damage to the grasslands than any other species, and we have to have a solution, so that they're causing damage, and we're spending over $100 million trying to manage it, and we're not being effective in how we're managing.
I'm glad to know you're up to speed on the issue.
Yep.
Hopefully we can find some solutions. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I will finally yield back. Maybe not. He's not listening. I can keep filibustering.